walk through the park. And as usual, on my walk, I like to do my little prep talk. Because I love where I deal with, love and want to see betterment and changes, especially the mindset of young black men universally. Because there's a trend that is following us as black men that would like to see, some changes where that is concerned. And I'll go right into what I'm talking about to give a clearer understanding of the things that I think is relevant and some of the things that I think is lacking. I know we are slacking. You know, there's a lot of things that been happening, and I want to touch on the entertainers, and it's a trend both in America and Jamaica, because in Jamaica there are a lot of famous DJs and singers who believe within themselves that them have to end up in prison and them have to go on the negative side of things. The same thing here in America we see. Um, you have a great DJ as a man like Ninja Man, starting off with them. Ninja Man, you know, the front teeth, gold teeth, Dan Gargan, Ninja Man, the real bad man, end up in prison. Vibes Cartel, they all at the top of the game. Tommy Lee. Why so much of these entertainers have to really end up on the wrong side of the law? Why can't they use their notoriety, the fame, to use it to spread a positive message and to do positive and constructive things within the society to which they live? All right. Even here in America, we find where a lot of entertainers now is going to prison and some is on them way to prison. You know, you look at two of the most talented rappers that you have in America, Biggie, Tupac, because of violence, they could not be around to inherit the things that they work so hard for. It's got to be a changes within the mindset of black men, especially. It got to be a changes within the mindset to see positiveness and don't think that, many people want them get some money because you know that most black young men didn't born into money. Didn't born into money. And when they don't born into money and money comes suddenly, you start to see thousands of dollars, millions of dollars, in your hands at your disposal. It can drive you crazy. And when I say drive you crazy, I don't mean that you end up into a nut house, but I mean it blow your mind to a proportion where you think that, I got so much money now, wow, I can do anything. I can smoke any amount of weed I want. I can treat people any way I want to. And I can do all kind of crazy things. And then they end up behind bars. Look at a talent as Cartel, you know what I mean? End up behind bars because you think that you are not, subjected to what other people are subjected to. And these are the narrative. Look now on the internet, it's blowing up. Diddy, 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 everything you hear, Diddy, 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 P Diddy did this, P Diddy did that. You know what I mean? And all who wanted at the time was to be in Diddy's party. Now, trying to stay far away from him. You know, and we see R. Kelly, look at what happened to him. You know what I mean? And we as black men have to start to set a different trend now. Black men have to set a different trend. You know what I mean? And to realize that you don't have to end up in prison. You don't have to end up in jail. You know what I mean? I can show my face anywhere I go. I've never been I've been into prison, but what I've been in there to do, I've been in there to teach. You know what I mean? I never been in there as a prisoner. You understand? I've been in there to talk to the prisoners and to minister to the prisoners, not as a prisoner. You understand? In maximum security prison, where every type of crime has been committed. You know what I mean? Rub shoulder to shoulder with those prisoners, shake hands with them, sit right next to them, talk with them. You understand? So I've been in there, but not as one that can come out, because I go in free and I come out free. You know what I mean? I never see myself as a young man growing up want to go to jail or prison. You know what I mean? Because I always liked my freedom when I was young. You know what I mean? When I was much younger, I loved to be in the company of women, always. That was my thing back then. And I couldn't see myself locked away in a place with just all men. That would drive me crazy, because there's no woman there. And that was my mindset growing up as a young man. Everybody don't have to have that mindset, but that was my mindset as a young man. I could not see myself being locked away. So I always try my best, try to keep my head on my body. You understand? And even if you make a mistake, as many young men do, but you got to come to a place of consciousness and to realize that, listen, why should I want to waste all my life being locked away in a place where a man tell me when to eat, sleep, you know what I mean? Even to relieve myself, you know what I mean? So there gotta be a different mindset. You got some young people that think that, yo, you know, Tupac and them used to rap. They don't think they're gonna live past 25. Once you put those type of limit on yourself, you can't put those type of limit on yourself. Say you don't think you're gonna live to see 25. No, that means you wanna die. That's a death wish. You gotta see positiveness. You understand? Too many of our young men all over the globe, you know what I mean? Black men who don't see themselves, you know what I mean, successful even in their old age, you know what I mean, live for a whole young, ripe age. We got to start to change the narrative, you know what I mean? I don't know if Diddy guilty of all the things that they say he did, but you know what I mean, you should not, as a young man, you know what I mean, try to live your life in such a way that when things come down on you, everybody know is like, yo, start to wish bad for you. You want to see you go to prison. Too many talent. Look at the talent such as R. Kelly. You know what I mean? How talented this man is. End up being bar serving 30 years. You know what I mean? Behind bars. Does it worth it? Does it worth it? So we have to start to look at the mindset. Young men, you know what I mean? Young women. We got to start to change, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Does it worth it? You know what I mean? Look at a beautiful little Kim. Little Kim was so beautiful. And she go to prison and come back and she changed up herself. You know, the narrative got to change amongst black people. We have to start to see ourselves in a more positive light. See ourselves in a more positive light. No, and you have so many people now wishing, and I hope this ain't true, and I hope it doesn't happen. You know what I mean? Because everybody say, no, Diddy's gonna go to prison, and it's Jay-Z next. Why? I hope to God that it doesn't come to that. I hope to God that it doesn't come to that. Because I'm not wishing no man no harm, you understand? And want to see the downfall of no one. You understand? These young men come from nothing and make something. They should set a positive light, you know, because there's no hell that they don't see themselves guided by the elders of the community. You understand? Where they can sit back with positive elders and people cater for people because they have money. They're afraid to tell them the truth. You understand? What people need is not a yes man or a yes woman. People need people who can look them straight in the eye and say, listen, man, you see this folly that you're doing, you need to cut it out because it's going to be to your detriment. It might look all fun and gloomy now, but it's going to be to your detriment. Too many, you know what I mean, of our young and talented entertainers all over. As I mentioned Jamaica, I mentioned America. You understand? Who, as they start to make a little bit of success, you let it fly to them head. You understand? And them start to treat people, you know what I mean, less than they should treat a human being. And the sense of purpose, you know what I mean? They don't have a sense of direction anymore. You know what I mean? Look at all the things that they said that Diddy did. You understand? And now, you know what I mean? So many people wishing for him to go to prison. You know what I mean? So many people say that he's gonna go to prison. You know what I mean? I know you one person say, I wonder if if he's not guilty. You understand? So what I would love to see, you know what I mean, black men across the globe, man, we come into a positive light. And there can be positiveness. All right, the young man Shine, who years ago, the man Diddy, uh, and Jennifer Lopez and them was in this nightclub and somebody ended up getting shot and Shine went away from prison for 10 years and come back and living an exemplary life. You know what I mean? He went back to his country of birth, Belize, and become a member of parliament and doing positive things. You understand? So why a lot of these young men, when they get some money and realize, you understand, that, yo, I have some money now and I was poor. I remember when there was no food on the table, you know what I mean, nothing. My mother have to struggle. I know I make some money. I'm going to make, you know what I mean, something good of it. They start to live this type of lifestyle that is going to end them up in prison. Why so much of our young men have to end up in prison after being, what they call it, financially successful? You You understand? Why so many have to end up being shot? You understand? After you say they become financially successful, they don't even have no time to inherit the wealth that they create. You understand? Because lack of guidance. You understand? Lack of guidance. They have no wisdom. They have no knowledge. They're void of understanding. And when a man is or a woman become void of understanding, it is to their detriment. And yes, you can be financially successful. You know what I mean? But if you got no understanding, what might eventually happen? Sometimes people meet an early demise. That means that them die before them time. People say that, oh, when they die is a time. It's not true. The Bible speaks of untimely death, that a person can hasten their demise themselves, you understand, by the things that they partake in, by the things that they do, out by their surrounding. Sometimes, yes, people can caught up into situation and it just so happen. But a person can hasten their own demise by the lifestyle that they live. You understand? So a lot of these young people have to start to realize that you have to set some different sort of precedent, different way of thinking, the old way of thinking. You understand? The way of thinking to cause harm to yourself. Yes, people want to have fun. We all want to have fun, especially if you have money, can have fun. You know what I mean? Can spend. You know what I mean? And can spend some money on yourself and go out and have fun. Who don't want to do that? But at the same time, if don't have the type of fun that will end you up in prison, don't have the type of fun that would let somebody that lose them life, you lose your life. You know what I mean? And you don't care about the law. You understand? And you don't care about your detriment. And then when certain things happen, by the way that you live, then you want to say, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Sorry. Think, people got to think of the things before you get into it. You understand? Figure out how you're going to live. You understand? Too many of our young men who should be successful, you know what I mean? Successful young, prominent black men either end up behind bars or end up dead. You know what I mean? How many entertainer, movie star, singers and players of instruments, sports stars, because once they start to get some money, they make it fly to them head and they don't know how to think anymore. They don't know how to act. You understand? In a normal settings, they have to, because people will always want to bring you down when you have money. So you got to be still careful who you let into your inner circle. You know what I mean? That's something you got to look out for. And you cannot think that you're above the law, no matter who you be. Once you start to think that you're above the law, you know what I mean? You're walking in dangerous territory. You understand? Because no one man can fight all the police that the government have. No one man can fight all the armed force that the government have. So you got to just walk, you know what I mean? Walk upright. You understand? Walk within the law. You understand? Because sometimes even when you walk in the law, you have people who want to drag you down into things that you don't want to get into. Just imagine one of them who not walk in the bounds of the law. You understand? Too many of the black young men across this world, once them start to make some money, them feel as if prison should be their final home of resting. You understand? Spending them golden age, you know what I mean, behind bars. You know what I mean? Why? Does it worth it? You understand? Does it worth it? You know what I mean? Does it worth it for a talented artist such as R. Kelly, who's gonna spend 30 years in prison with no hope of him coming out before him pass off, spending the rest of his final days in prison? Does it worth it? You know what I mean? People want to don't commit the crime if you're not willing to do the time. It's true, me know say prison is not for me. You know what I mean? You understand? The crime is not for me either. Because the prison is not for me. It's not for me. You understand? And you don't have to dwell on the negative. You understand? We want to see some positive young black men now coming up who can show positive light. That's what I've said. I love how the guy shine, turn on him life after spending 10 years in prison and move back to Belize. And when I listen to him speak, I said, wow, this young man really, really and truly amended his ways to the way that he speaks and the type of things them that he's willing to implement, and his overall mannerism tell you that, yo, I learned my lesson. I learned it well. You understand? After spending where people go to prison and spend that long stretch of time in prison and don't end up back in prison. You understand? And don't end up back in prison. You understand? Because if he never go back to his earlier upbringing, that's why, again, and I believe this, training different from teaching. That's why the Bible said, train up a child in the way that he should grow. When he's old, he's not going to depart from it. The proper training. You know what I mean? If you take the time to train the children, not just tell them. Telling is good. Teach them, but train them. You know what I mean? To execute precision and preciseness. You understand? It's training so that they can develop in their older age. Understand? When a guy as talented as Ninja Man, Ninja Man can build lyrics on the spot. Any kind of lyrics, you know what I mean? Can just build it on the spot. Yeah, Ninja Man, DJ. Ninja Man know him stuff. It's a God-given creativity that him have within him, that very few people would even understand or come to the depths of creativity that he is. And yet, his golden years when he should be, out on the street, he's end up in prison. You understand? R. Kelly, you understand? His years when him should be enjoying, making music, producing music, doing wonderful thing. You know what I mean? He ending up in prison. You understand? Does it worth it? After all, does it worth it? You know what I mean? Does it worth it? Understand? Black men, young black men. You know what I mean? Young black men. We have to get back to a sort of principle that will allow us to show excellence and in showing how excellent we are, You still don't have to end up in prison. You don't have to end up in prison. You understand? Lock away from society. You understand? Yeah, this other guy, Tommy Lee, Jamaican. You understand? They feel as if it's all the thing, that negative they got to talk about. I remember I hear Shabba Rank say something, Say, him talk to Ninja and say, yo, the girl let me a rap, me a, me a, me a talk about, trailer load of girl along a wall for come off. You know what I mean? A damn thing there. And Ninja see him as soft. Ninja says, a house of gun me a talk about now. Gold teeth, front teeth, and gargan. You know what I mean? Gunman. Real bad man, gunman. You understand? In the end, who get a payday from it? You understand? Who get a payday from it? You understand? I can't believe some kind of DJ about killing people and them can talk about them killing and thing. I turn off of every reggae song or rap song that portray killing of another human being. I don't listen to them. It's not for me. It's not my thing. You understand? Because where you can't talk about making love. One of the days when man and woman make love. You understand? I grew up at a time when woman want to make love to man and man want to make love to woman. I grew up in the time when me and my boyfriend them now over there side of dance and the woman them over there so I dance. You know what I mean? My time. Me and my woman have to close together. You know what I mean? So me know it. So me believe in it. You understand? And some idiots just stop talking false religion. I'm not talking religion. They hear me once mention religion. You know what I mean? I don't know where you come from. You know. If you're a fool, man, don't come to my thing. Come put no fool comment inside of me. You understand? Foolishness to yourself. I don't want to talk. You understand? And if you're a madman, stay far. Yeah. We want to see, good things for our people. You understand? Good things for our people. Time now for that man realize, listen, for the negative things. Dash for the negative and pick up the positive. Can you imagine, you know what I mean, if a man that decides, boy, yo, we're doing we're going to build some school with some of the money, or build some recreational center, build some place so we can even teach some skills and craft to some young people and do positive things, you understand? And uplift a community, uplift a people, and don't try to be one that end up behind bars, you understand? End up behind bars. Positive. Did this, did that, did it to go to prison. Next one we want to go to prison. A Jay-Z. Why people don't say, I hope Jay-Z doesn't involve in nothing like that. And I hope and I trust that nothing come out that would implicate him, that him end up in prison. Why we have to wish and want to see the downfall of each other instead of just say, how can we lift up each other, you know what I mean, and promote the things that is right, understand, and the thing that is good. I believe in whatsoever thing is honest, whatsoever thing is pure, whatsoever things is lovely, whatsoever things have good report. These are the things that we got to steer forward to, you know what I mean? Somebody said, would Jesus want you to shame this man? You know what I mean? What man am I shaming? I don't know what man am I shaming. You know what I mean? Or if, I don't know if the question is to me or it's just a general comment. Somebody put in to say, if Jesus would want you to shame this man, you know what I mean? But what we're dealing with is love, you know. You see, my philosophy is every man have an equal right to live and to be free. You know, don't care what color, class, or race you may be. You know what I mean? You treat him right, treat him good. Just take a tip from me and don't gun your brother down on the street. You understand? Because every single human being have a right to live and to be free. You see, the philosophy to which I base my knowledge on is that the color of a man's skin is of no more significance than the color of his eyes. You know, the color of his eyes is of no more significance to me, you know, than the color of his ear. You know what I mean? Every man have that same equal right to live and to be free. You understand? We want to see more positiveness coming from, you know what I mean, the black race. Because there's a lot of people out there will do everything within their power to see that the black man does not succeed. So when you have one that is succeeding, you know what I mean, want to do everything within his power to keep that one really going and to encourage them, you understand? We're tired to see people, you know what I mean, gunning down black man in the street, you know what I mean? Black man gunning down black man, white man gunning down black man. And it's not a good sight to see, you understand? Because we are the ethnicity that is hated more than any other ethnicity across the globe, you understand? Anywhere you go in the world and you travel, you can see the difference, you understand? So when one get through to make a success, you know what I mean, we all should rejoice with that one who rejoice and weep with the one that is weeping. But at the same time, we have to make sure that the ones who in a position to do good, you know what I mean, do good and not evil, you know what I mean? I see a man like Dr. Umar Johnson is trying his best to establish schools here in the United States and elsewhere in the world. I say I would like a place where we can educate young black men, you know, and teach them to be men. And most people who have money and could build him several schools would not even think of supporting him or give him $1, but they would criticize his effort, you know, while they're not doing nothing, you understand? And we, as a community, we don't seek how we can make each other life better, you understand? We don't seek to help and to promote each other in the best way that we can, you understand? So my little talk this morning is to ask the black men, you know what I mean, across the globe, from Africa, wherever, to the Caribbean, to Europe, to the Americas, wherever you be as a black man, how can you be more positive and do things to help each other instead of tearing each other down? We have to figure out a way how we can unite. You understand? That's why we even call for the unification of all African nations to unite. You understand? When you unite, because unity is strength. You know what I mean? Unite in trade and commerce. Enough people said that no, believe in reparation, and because they don't really understand what it is when people talk about reparation. Remember, colonialism is a very racist regime that treat people of our ethnicity very, very, very bad. And even the teaching, that's why you have so many division in Africa right now, because the curriculum, the teachings, the laws is the same segregated apartheid laws from the 18th centuries that most of the African countries been governed by. Most of the Caribbean countries been governed by the same apartheid system that was set up by the same colonial system and give them, that's why there's so many division, no kind of unity, to realize that if you don't unite in trade and commerce, you understand, make it easy to travel from one place to the next and treat each other citizens with the utmost respect, you understand. Africa, who was just one continent, one country, been split up as several different countries. And because somebody set up a colonial system and say you have to divide, there must be division. So they follow that divided system and make it what it is. But I wish that they would turn around. I wish they would turn around and start to speak the things that is right and set unity and call for reparation across the Caribbean, reparation across the Americas, reparation for every, because people said, why you want reparation? Remember, the system, England built with colonial slave, thieving treasures and money. The United States, France, built with thieving labor, gold, all the things that them stole to build their economy. Free labor. When slavery ended, the slave master get paid for the slave that them brutalize, that them rape, that them treat with disdain. They get paid for that, you understand? And the ones that was brutalized, you understand, did not get a single dollar, you understand? I've been able to go into the American prison system, not as a prisoner, right? But as one that go inside there, minister can see, how the prison system set up, can see the difference, you see the racial, a certain ethnicity to the racial of certain ethnicity, you understand? I'm one that, privileged to do a lot of traveling, different countries in the world. I see a lot of different things. I think that black people everywhere, every single place on the face of the earth where colonialism touch, where the apartheid system, because the colonialism was an apartheid system, where the apartheid system touch, should get reparation. And that's what I believe in. Understand? So I'm gonna end this live. Understand? I'm gonna end this live. But for those of you who's gonna watch this live, and if you watch it to the end, I'd love you to give a subscription. If it's the first time you're coming, I would love you to give it a like. You understand? Because we have to understand that The mindset of our people have to be changed. You got to renew the mind, change your mind. Make sure the right mindset is within you. Because if the right mindset is not within you, then you're going into serious problem. So bless up, peace. You know what I mean? Want to see our black men change their direction and change the narrative. You understand? Time now for to stop them kind of murdering song. Understand? Murdering song, murder each other. You understand? Cut them crap out. Those kind of music have never ever been appealing to me. You know what I mean? Never. And people should stop. The Bible says whatever thing is lovely, whatever thing is pure, whatever thing is honest, you know, just think on good things. Why you want to spend the time listen to how to kill people and go rob and go rape and go steal? You understand? That's not the most important thing to life. You understand? Positiveness, change the narrative, respect each other, blessings, you know what I mean? And if this is the first time coming to my life, give it a thumbs up, please, and give me a subscription. Until next time, this is KOJ signing off and said, listen, we want to daily change the narrative.